$34 for a loaf of bread. They're literally selling Driscoll strawberries for $14.
Does that look like cooked chicken to you?
Oh my God. Oh. Guys, this is a classic Cinderella story where he was rags to riches. No, guys, he was just riches to riches, okay? He's getting richer because you people are fools. You're spending your retirement money on Driscoll berries. Stop it.
People are like, read the room, look at the economy right now. And what people need to realize is that it's nobody else's problem that you're suffering.
Yeah, you're right. People are suffering. And they're suffering because places like this are coming into cities and pricing people out of being able to afford basic necessities and food. We need to be giving these companies, these corporations grace, okay? Stop. Right off the bat, I'll be the first to say that even thinking about starting an expensive grocery store in this economy is evil, let alone actually opening one. I think anyone who can look around at the world today, see people struggling and think to themselves, how can I make food more exclusive and more expensive? That person lacks a conscience, in my opinion. And unfortunately, that is exactly what's happening in New York City. So if you were not aware, an heir to a billionaire family has decided to create a gourmet grocery store in TriBeCa and is seemingly teaming up with influencers to bring his idea to life. So this gourmet grocery store is called Meadow Lane, which is inspired by the real Meadow Lane, which is also referred to often as Billionaires Row in the Hamptons, okay, which is a very affluent area of New York, okay, that a lot of rich people go to visit. And this right here is the owner of Meadow Lane, okay? And before his gourmet grocery store even opened, he collabed with a lot of different influencers around New York City to generate hype for the opening. So this is an example of one of those videos.
This is the perfect chicken nugget caviar ratio. Cheers. We're opening a gourmet grocery in TriBeCa, and today we're taste testing the chicken nuggets and the buffalo cauliflower.
So yeah, look, it can't be that good. Okay. One of the influencer trends that we've been seeing very frequently over the past, I don't know, year or so is the idea of eating caviar on a chicken nugget. Okay. It's like literally one of my least favorite things I've ever seen. I'm telling you, every time I see it, I go, you're out of touch. You're out of touch. And it's gross. And I've already mentioned before, but I will mention again, caviar is pure evil. Meadow Lane is very proud of their caviar. They sell it for over $600 for that, little jar of it.
Guys, just kidding. We're with the real founder, Brokeback. Tell us about what we have here.
So we have some gluten-free chicken nugget accompanied with our honey mustard. We've got our chili sambal sauce here, ginger buffalo cauliflower.
Ginger buffalo. Wow, that's insane.
Cheers.
This is amazing. Chick-fil-A could never. Really good flavor, really good kick. I feel like melts in your mouth. Okay, so when you open it.
Not for the video.
Yeah, it's just weird. These videos did generate a lot of attention. Okay, they did do that. I don't know if hype is the right word. Maybe notoriety or controversy is what they stirred up, because he also did videos with the likes of Anna Delvey.
Hey guys, I'm opening a gourmet grocery in TriBeCa, and today we have taste tasting some of the food. Let's start with crab salad.
In the crab, there's... Actually, I forgot what was in there.
If you're not aware of who Anna Delvey is, she basically invented a fake persona to defraud banks, hotels, and even her friends out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, so that's who she is. She was actually convicted. She was also on a season of Dancing with the Stars, and nobody could believe it because she was literally still wearing her ankle monitor, and people were so upset by her casting that they actually voted her off immediately. So yeah, not really a great person to associate your brand with, but here we are. And here we are, and we can't even remember what's in the crab salad.
You know, it would be epic if you were actually like the door lady outside with a clipboard.
I'll be back on Friday.
Yeah? It would be epic if you were like denying people entry at the door.
Already fantasizing about denying people entry. Almost feels like an exclusive club of sorts. Don't worry. you'll see what I'm talking about.
Tell us why you wanted to open a gourmet grocery in TriBeCa.
Living in LA, I noticed how many good markets they had, how much good prepared food, grab and go, the culture of Erewhon I thought was interesting. And I came back here and I was like, why doesn't New York have this? We've been recipe developing for a very long time.
So yes, New York City, congratulations, you've got your own Erewhon store. You know, personally, I don't see the appeal of these types of stores. I find them to be extremely pretentious. I think that $20 for a smoothie is not, you know, a world that I want to live in personally. It's not something I want to pay for. And I think we should be moving toward food being less expensive, not more expensive. That's my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Here is the owner. So his name is Sammy Nussdorf and his account on TikTok is called Brokeback Contessa. Okay, obviously a nod to Barefoot Contessa, who is Ina Garten, who opened a similar sort of gourmet grocery store in the Hamptons. But this guy has actually become somewhat of an influencer in himself in doing all of this promotion. He successfully generated a lot of hype for the store leading up to the opening of Meadow Lane. A lot of people kind of had questions of how can someone just walk in and start a gourmet grocery store like this that's like so lavishly decorated and fresh florals every single day and everything's aesthetically backlit, you know, in TriBeCa, which is arguably one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive area in all of New York. Who could just walk in and do this? Like, it can't just be a normal person with normal means. Well, it did come to light that he is somewhat of a Nepo baby, okay? His family at one point was valued at over $1 billion. Okay, and you guys know how I feel about billionaires already. If you don't, refer to my Becca Bloom video, please. But his wealthy upbringing has certainly brought some controversy.
Sammy, you are a Nepo baby, and you just need to admit it and get over it. The problem is that you literally won't ever stop pretending like you're not a Nepo baby. It's literally classic Nepo baby behavior. The issue isn't that you come from a wealthy family. It's that you come from a wealthy family that gave you a leg up and you refuse to admit it. You started out by interning at your family's $1.6 billion company. Currently work at a company that was co-founded by your family. This is all public information that took me like 10 minutes to get. And it's fine. Like, let's be clear. It's fine. It's great that your family gave you a leg up, but why are you pretending like they didn't?
He wrote a comment on this person's video, so he was clearly upset by something. They've had an exchange going back and forth, but it says, "Sweetheart, I had an entire career in venture capital and made my own money and funded my new business with my own funds. Don't assume anything, period." You just can't be anybody and walk in and start a gourmet grocery store in TriBeCa. I mean, I just don't know who you're fooling. She's 100% right.
Why do you need the struggle? Why do you need people to think that you struggle? I don't get it. I really used to enjoy your content, but you come across incredibly entitled, especially lately, to anyone who maybe slightly disagrees with you in the comments. You're the definition of a Nepo baby, and it's fine. Just admit it.
Well, Nepo baby allegations aside, Meadow Lane still charged forward with its grand opening. Sammy took to his TikTok to officially announce the opening day.
These my gourmet grocers, the time has finally come. This is not a drill. Meadow Lane will open Friday, November 14th, 2025 at 11 a.m. And you can read all about it in the exclusive that we gave to Vanity Fair.
You can't just waltz in and get a Vanity Fair article if you're a regular Joe Schmo off the streets of New York City. You just can't. So to me, this kind of further proves that he's got connections beyond the normal person, okay? To put it very mildly. So yes, he had help from Vanity Fair to kind of promote the launch of this. Opening day happens and the influencers were out to help celebrate in the grand unveiling of Meadow Lane. So it says, how life feels when you finally get to shop at Meadow Lane. So you can take a look at some of the background. It's extremely luxe looking. Okay, it's got, you know, backlit everything. Everything's sort of carefully placed and curated on the shelves. Okay, the fruit is sort of placed out on the tables, cascading out like a charcuterie board, sort of loosely. It's different than anything I've ever seen. Okay, but then we have the Abercrombie bouncers, okay, models standing outside, denying entry, allowing entry. Guys, this is very bizarre. Okay, it's bizarro. Why does the grocery store have model bouncers? And then you could see the lines. Okay, shopping at the world's most aesthetic grocery store. Just look at this. It's unusual. There's things on the ground, okay, in baskets. Don't expect to be paying anything reasonable, that's for sure. So yeah, we've got all the fruits, vegetables out.
Come with me to grab lunch at the most hyped up new grocery store in New York City, Meadow Lane. Yesterday was their grand opening. I got there at 12:15 and the line was literally wrapped around the entire block.
Now, why the hell would you do this?
2 hours later, after some meatballs and apple cider that the lovely staff gave us.
There's so many people they have to give out samples and food to people because they're waiting in line so long. I mean, what are we doing? Genuinely. Waited 2 hours in the cold to be 12th customer at Meadow Lane and spend $250. Who wants my haul review? $250. Japanese sweet potato, $14. Gluten-free nuggets, $15. Frozen dates, $16. Guys, what are we doing? One soy egg, it looks like it's about $6. I think it's just absolutely absurd to be waiting any amount of time to be able to buy groceries. By the way, grocery store, okay? Grocery store.
If you don't want to shop here, you don't have to shop here. I think people have this misconception that there's a sense of elitism here.
Misconception that there's a sense of elitism. I wonder what would give people that idea. Is it the fact that there's model bouncers denying entry? Is it the fact that, we've got influencers promoting the hell out of this and making it seem like it's the greatest thing in the world? Is it the fact that we're selling $15 chicken nuggets? Is it the fact that we're selling $600 plus caviar? Is it any of those things? I wonder why people would be thinking that. Anyway, so this is Two Normal People Review Meadow Lane.
We're at the most controversial grocery store in the world, Meadow Lane.
There's a bouncer out front of the grocery store.
The bouncer says, come on. It feels like a humiliation ritual.
Me shopping. We got our basket. Let's head to the prepared food section.
Yeah, so the whole idea is you shop with these extremely pretentious picnic baskets throughout the store. I mean, I'm at a loss for words.
Oh no. He's putting down sold out Post-its. Let's go over. No chicken nuggets. And it's like 3 o'clock.
So they sold out of the chicken nuggets, which had been heavily hyped up and broadcasted all over TikTok for weeks. Unfortunately, those have been sold out, which is just great. You gotta love when your grocery store runs out of their most popular item.
All we have left are the salads. Have Caesar salad for $15.
Is there any protein?
It's got a lemon.
So there's not even any protein in the salad yet. It's $15. So we're paying $15 for lettuce and dressing and a lemon wedge.
Sauces, I guess.
I'm so glad they have dates. Look at the backlit veggies.
If you want some strawberries, that will be $14.
I feel like I really need to stock up on my caviar. It's only half my rent.
Guys, come on.
I feel like I'm in Khloe Kardashian's snack closet. This is the merch area of the grocery store because every great grocery store needs merch.
There's a merch section. For a store that's been open for a day, we've got merch. Guys, what are we doing exactly? What is this place? The last thing I would guess is that this is a grocery store. Just being honest. Who's wearing Meadow Lane merch? Okay, who's buying this? You ever heard the phrase, a fool and their money are soon parted? It's foolish to buy Meadow Lane merch. Let's just put it that way.
$5. Watermelon?
No price for that.
No price for that. Mystery price. I feel like I've been in Meadow Lane for 9 hours.
They say that if it doesn't have a price, you probably don't want to ask.
I think that school is out because I am starting to see some high schoolers coming in. That's my cue to leave.
$43 for what looks like 2 items. Nice.
I did find it a little underwhelming.
There was something very Black Mirror about the space. You weren't sure exactly where to stand, but you always felt like the store was calling you poor.
Goodbye, Meadow Lane.
I think that's a very accurate assessment based on what I've been seeing as well from this grocery store. It just seems like, very pretentious. And I think that's the vibe you get from Erewhon, but this is Erewhon on steroids. The most interesting thing about this place is actually the prices. It does feel very much like a Black Mirror episode where it's like, how far can we push things? How much can we really charge for basic things like strawberries, okay, before people start to notice? That's what it feels like. $85 for a Meadow Lane sweatshirt. Who's buying that?
They literally have bouncers outside the door. Okay, hot bouncer. Anyways, we're gonna go check it out and see if it's for the girls approved, see the types of vibes, and do a little taste test. Let's go.
By the way, you can't deny that there is some smart marketing here at play, drawing in these influencers because it's something for them to do and something for them to film and generating free publicity that way. Obviously, that's a pretty effective marketing strategy to get people in the door out of morbid curiosity.
Yes, an hour and 45-minute wait. Hot men handed out free food as you waited. When you walk in, it's very minimalistic. It feels very simple, clean, and organized. Also give you picnic baskets to shop in.
Guys, obviously, the hot bouncers, the free samples outside, outside, the backlit aesthetic, cascading fruit all across the floor, that comes at a price. You might be wondering at this point in the video, what is the price of all of this? What is it going to cost me to get my food for the week? Well, let's find out.
Okay, here's my Meadow Lane haul. Just kidding, I didn't buy anything. I went in there just to like see, and it's also like 5 o'clock, so there was no line. Walked right in. The bouncer actually was like, wait, are you just one? And then like let me in the door as if it was like a club.
What are we doing? Just one? Like, hello? It's a grocery store. Oh, just one? A nightcap? ID, please? What are we doing? I'm surprised there's not a dress code. Like, yeah, no jeans. It's getting to that point, and I'm sure we're gonna have a place like that in the future. Just bookmark this, that I said that, okay? But, you know, it's like, what is going on for real?
And I was like, okay, fine. I guess that's okay. Then I walked in. I did my perusing. So I'm looking around, and they had sourdough bread. And I was like, okay, this is probably more expensive. Like, maybe it's like $10, $15 for a loaf of sourdough. And so I like wanted to confirm what the price was because they didn't list the price for the loaf of bread.
Not a great sign. By the way, this is the second person now who's noted that they couldn't find the price of something.
And guess what, guys? Sourdough loaf that they're selling at Meadow Lane is $34.
$34 for a loaf of bread. Guys, it's yeast, flour, water, salt. And we're charging $34. Get real, people. We have to get real and fast.
I went up to the guy at the counter. I was like, oh, how much is the bread? It's like $34. I was like, so you're wanting me to spend $44 on a soup and bread? No.
It's dystopic. It truly is, because, you know, you think about like historically, right? Like, what are the foods that are the most accessible to people? It's affordable, it's readily available, it's easy to make. Literally what comes to mind is bread. That's the first thing that comes to my mind is bread. Yet here we are with Meadow Lane charging out the egg for bread. Okay, I don't like it. No, I don't like it. I do not like the idea of raising the price on bread. I don't like the idea of raising prices on food, making it to a point where it's silly at this point, what they're charging. It's exorbitant.
And so I was like toying with the idea of just getting the soup. But ultimately, I thought to myself, I could just go to Whole Foods and get a loaf of bread and soup for probably $10 altogether.
You know that this place is out of control based on that statement alone, because Whole Foods is even sometimes way too expensive. Not putting the price on a $34 loaf is so sneaky and unethical. Yeah, people aren't happy. Bouncer question mark? This is so dystopian. Yeah, $34, highway robbery. Honestly, especially if you do live in TriBeCa, I mean, it's already a very affluent area, but you know, if you do live there or around there and this is like the grocery store near you, it is highway robbery. You know, it's almost textbook highway robbery. And that's why I don't like the idea of these grocery stores. I don't like them taking up space of, you know, what could have been an affordable grocery store in its place, okay? Or an affordable restaurant. The idea of these like extremely priced grocery stores, it feels evil. That's insane for water and flour. That's exactly what I said. We're on the same wavelength here. This is the most relatable review. A loaf of sourdough at Erewhon is $8. So even Erewhon is $8, okay? I'm honestly convinced this is a social experiment. It feels like this. Bread used to be the only thing poor people ate during the bubonic plague, and now it's 34 American dollars. Literally, that is exactly what I said too. I'm literally the same thing. We're all on the same wavelength here. That's what I'm saying. Like, literally think back, guys, medieval times. What were people eating? What were people eating during the Great Depression? Bread. Here we are. It does feel dystopic. If you're watching your pennies, Meadow Lane is not for you. It's for people who can spend what they want on grocery and prepared foods, looking for an elevated experience. It's not a regular grocery store. It's a lifestyle grocery store for wealthy people. So here we have a Meadow Lane bootlicker. Guys, this is the first of many that we will see in this video. People I've found just have a certain sort of affinity for these pretentious, out of touch experiences that Meadow Lane is offering. It's the same thing as like the Hermes bags. So, like, people love to be apparently humiliated by like this insane, weird process of being like part of the elite. It's strange. People will go to great lengths to defend it. Meadow Lane de-influence edition, the sold out Post-its is really sending me. So yeah, sold out Post-it notes, guys. What are we doing? They don't even have like sold out custom signs. Apparently that wasn't in the budget. I don't know. It's just strange. Okay, I can get this at Whole Foods for $4, but here we have $9. Here you can actually see they don't have a dollar sign. It says jovial pasta, $9. The price is significantly higher allegedly here. Goodall's mac and cheese, $9. Are we kidding? Low-key might actually come back to try these, but $17 for 5 tenders is crazy. $17 for chicken tenders. They're literally selling Driscoll strawberries for $14. Driscoll. Guys, we can get that at our local grocery stores, and they are selling it for $14. That is disturbing. Disturbing. There's nothing different about those strawberries and the ones that you buy at your grocery store. To me, that is gross. Right there, that is disgusting, charging that price for those. For Driscoll, common brand that we all eat, and $10 for cauliflower. What? See, this is not right. It's giving Let's Play Supermarket in my basement when I was 5. Yeah, just making up numbers, literally pulling them out of a hat. No, because luxury wear, it's all stuff you can get at Whole Foods. Exactly. So dystopian. Exactly. Somebody pulled up a screenshot of the Goodall's mac and cheese. I've seen this brand. Apparently on Amazon, you can get it for like $3. Yet it's $9 in this store. Okay. This is crazy. If Meadow Lane has 0 haters, then I am dead. Just went there and was shocked. Overpriced stuff from Whole Foods, non-organic rotten avocados, tiny foil and plastic lids on hot foods, overpriced garbage. It's a joke. Meadow Lane is so Wait, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, but regular strawberries, come on. Laughs and Erewhon, $9 for Goodall's. The Goodall's being $9, what? And they were sold out. Yeah, didn't you see the sticky note that said sold out? Goodall's. The prices will never cease to amaze me. They just won't. Using Post-it notes is a crime. You know, if we're gonna purport to be this luxury gourmet grocery store with this elevated experience of like you're walking through this airy, curated, aesthetic, beautiful store, it all comes to a screeching halt when you see the Post-it notes all over the damn place. I mean, seriously, the neon orange Post-it note that says sold out. It's amateur hour. You see the prices, right? But what about the food? Well, I came across this food review written by a food critic. I found this to be kind of a funny article, which I will link down below. It says, I'm a food critic. New York's new viral supermarket is a con. Okay, so this person basically went to Meadow Lane on opening weekend. They spent about $100 on 5 items. Okay, it just gives you some insight into like what exactly are people paying for. Okay, because the word gourmet grocery store would imply that you're getting something really good, really tastes good, or it's really nutritious, or it's really both even, or prepared like in, you know, with the best of ingredients. So let's take a look. Okay, egg salad, $12. Its flavor brings to mind Nepo babies, something so needlessly rich it makes you want to gag. I consult the ingredients list and suspect the culprit is koji, a mold used to make miso, giving the Japanese paste its complex, sweet, and savory explosion of flavor. Now imagine way too much of that pounding your taste buds over the faintest baseline of egg. I take a second forkful. Something goes crunch. Nothing on the ingredients list should go crunch. Eggshell, perhaps? Whatever it is, it's egg's hell. I mean, guys, it's not looking good, okay? So, all right, well, let's try something else. Let's try the infamous $17 tenders. Okay, this is really what's getting people through the door. It's the nuggets, it's the tenders, it's the ambiance, perhaps. It's the chance you might spot your favorite out-of-touch influencer as you grab for the Meadow Lane merch. Who knows? Okay, but here's the review of the tenders. I move on to the tenders. Meadow Lane 17-buck chicken chunks. Despite a long list of seasonings, the breading is bland and the meat uninspiring. The dipping sauce is worse, tasting briefly of honey and Dijon before the next flavor hits like a Texan gusher. Oil, oil, and more oil. An unpleasant finish displays distinct notes of rancid. Desperate for a palate cleanser, I grabbed the $12 grapes. Hallelujah, they taste reassuringly of grapes. Not great grapes, perfectly fine grapes. A dozen greenbacks well spent. Some of the reviews are in from the actual food critics, and unfortunately things are not looking good for Meadow Lane.
Does that look like cooked chicken to you?
Wait, not to be a hater, but I've been thinking about these all day. So I went to Meadow Lane this morning, and I think my chicken nuggets were raw, and I thought I was just like confusing myself, and then I posted something on my story, and people were like, oh, mine were raw too.
This was the first of, unfortunately, a few different bombshell controversies that Meadow Lane was hit with after their very exciting opening day. Here we have the curious case of the raw nuggets. This again was the big ticket item, the big hot seller, you know, post-it note, sold out. These were one of the first things to go because people were really excited to try these. They were really hyped up. If you remember, a lot of the influencers that had first access were saying that they were insane.
Wow, that's insane. Chick-fil-A could never.
So yeah, let's take a look at this.
Cut another one open. This was the one I like. Literally, the only thing I've eaten was this one, and I bit into it, and this is what it looked like.
Oh my god. Oh.
And I was like, that looks a little bit raw to me.
A little?
I don't know, like, these are cold right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Can I just remind everybody, these are $15 for these.
Does that look raw to you? I don't know if it's just like, if they're just like juicy chicken nuggets, but I'm like, this looks pink. Most definitely looks like
it is
pink to me. So I don't know if I should like cook them more. Or
everyone knows the best part about paying $15 for chicken nuggets is having to cook them more when you get home and having to question whether or not they're cooked. You just gotta love that experience.
This is the one that I ate earlier, which I feel like is probably like, does that look like cooked chicken to you? There's no hate going on here. I literally got so much stuff and I loved it. I have my haul coming soon, but I just like don't know if I should eat these or not. I know that this is like the most high in demand thing that they're selling right now. So maybe they're just like trying to cook them faster, which like I get, but
I don't get that at all. Making that into a rush order, I don't understand that one. I don't think that's something you just flash fry, okay?
Just putting the word out there that maybe we need to cook them a little bit longer. So let me know if you had this experience and if I should eat them or not.
Well, at least the ambulance is nearby.
Because I want to, I just don't know if I should.
McDonald's would never. Remember in the first video, Chick-fil-A could never?
Chick-fil-A could never.
A little bit raw, ma'am. They're still clucking. Yes, they're raw. Do not eat and do not cook them more. Throw away. I'm literally nauseous. Cook them more. Imagine how long these sat out fourth cooked. So as you can imagine, this was a pretty big blow for Meadow Lane. Okay, pretty big slip up, pretty big controversy to happen. You know, their hottest item that most people are going in there to eat is having some problems. But then she made a follow-up video, which was very odd.
Does that look raw to you? So I posted that video yesterday about my chicken nuggets from Meadow Lane. The owner reached out to me right away. Super nice, super apologetic. Let me know what happened. It is not going to happen again for anybody that is going.
Now, how can she guarantee that exactly?
Anytime in the future.
How can you guarantee that it's never going to happen in the future?
So today I went back and got the chicken nuggets to their full being, which was very nice of them. So these are 100% gluten-free chicken nuggets. The crisp is insane. I don't think I've ever seen a crispier nugget in my life.
What is it with TikTokers' obsession with tapping literally everything?
So let's do it. Oh yeah, that looks gorgeous. That's what we like to see. Let's hear the crisp. Mm-hmm. So good. Literally so good. And I got this black garlic ranch. I already got into it. And I feel like this is low-key a slept-on item because it's delicious. And I feel like I haven't seen many things about it. It tastes more like a garlic dip, but it's insane with these chicken nuggets.
If you were to get these chicken nuggets and this black garlic ranch for $14, you'd be spending $29 to enjoy some chicken nuggets. $29 for what, 6 nuggets and some ranch? They can't be that good. I'm sorry, they can't be that good. They simply can't.
So go get these nuggets. Thank you, Meadow Lane, for being so nice and accommodating about what happened. But yeah, go check it out and let me know what you guys think. Bye.
So yeah, a lot of people were quick to point out that follow-up video felt very strange. It felt like there had definitely been some talk behind the scenes between her and Meadow Lane. I hope you got paid for this, girl. Congrats on selling out. He himself comments on her TikTok and says, "Thank you for allowing us to remediate the situation and fully agree. The black garlic ranch is so slept on and was intended for the nuggets specifically." Okay, so he says they're specifically intended. So for $30, you too can enjoy some nuggets and ranch. You guys are the best. Elite combo for sure. Thank you. she comments back. It's peculiar. Okay, it's very peculiar. Oh, you got paid, laughing emoji. But wait, what was the explanation for selling raw chicken? She definitely left that part out. How much did you get paid for this damage control? How much was the fee for this video? Yeah, a lot of people were not happy. It seemed like suddenly her whole entire attitude had shifted towards Meadow Lane, and now she's the biggest Meadow Lane fan of all time. Girl, they literally sold you raw chicken, not you guaranteeing it won't happen again with such confidence. She might genuinely think she's just sharing an update, but legally this functions as a sponsored post. She says the owner reached out to her. She returned to film a full promotional review, and she's encouraging people to go buy it. If she didn't pay for that second order or received any kind of free item replacement credit or future freebies, then that is considered compensation under FTC guidelines. Once compensation is involved, it must be disclosed as an ad. Otherwise, it's a violation. Uh-oh. People are not happy, and I think that the sudden change up is very alarming. Not a whole lot of transparency, but you know, the damage at this point had pretty much been done, and people were pretty wary, I think, to try the Meadow Lane nuggets. Well, then we had another controversy hit the timeline, and this one, in my opinion, may have been even worse.
Just got back from standing in line at Meadow Lane, which is in TriBeCa. It's this new gourmet grocery store. And I waited online for so long, finally got in, and I did a quick shop. I picked up this turkey chili. Looks like it has really clean ingredients in it. I know I have to stop touching it. And then now I'm reacting to it. So I'm like, that's super strange. Like, why am I sneezing? And I look inside. That's totally cheese. And they didn't label it.
Uh-oh. Just so everybody knows, mislabeling something that has dairy in it is a big no-no. But milk, which is obviously in this chili, is on the list of major allergens that need to be disclosed properly because people can have severe life-threatening reactions to them, okay? So this is a humongous problem. And you can also see in this video that she's clearly having a reaction to it just because it's already wafting through the air.
I shouldn't even be touching this, but look, it looks like clean ingredients, and I started sneezing randomly, and thank God I didn't eat it. But what are they doing mislabeling food? Now I'm nervous, but I think it will clear up. I took Benadryl.
So then you have people here who are defending and saying it has a clear top, with 1,000 likes. And she says, you can see here in a screenshot of a video I took while picking it up. The prepared's food are kept warm and condensation on the lid made it foggy. I don't open prepared food containers before purchasing because, ew, the labels should always be correct. Exactly. I don't care if it's a clear top. It has to be labeled properly. I don't understand why people cannot grasp this concept. It's very simple, okay? Meadow Lane has a legal responsibility to not be complete idiots and mislabel their food. It's the bare minimum, especially guys, when you're paying these exorbitant prices, you're paying a lot to even shop at the store. So it's absolutely unacceptable, but you shouldn't have to examine the food and try and determine what ingredients were used. That's the entire point of the labels, so people can be sure they know exactly what it is in the food. They make non-dairy cheese that looks identical to dairy cheese. If not labeled, how is somebody allergic to dairy supposed to know which it is? Exactly. Also, nobody's ever been to Meadow Lane before. Okay, this is a brand new grocery store. So how is she supposed to know what every ingredient looks like, what that is? Maybe it's something proprietary to them. Okay, you would certainly think so given the price of these things. It's crazy that we're displacing our anger onto the customers and not onto the actual gourmet grocery store that's mislabeled the product. You didn't see the cheese ? Chili literally always has cheese. What? How did you not see that? I mean, the cheese is obviously there, girl. This is an exclusive issue. Most people don't have an airborne cheese allergy. I'm very disturbed by this response. Guys, are we okay? The food labels need to be correct. Such a slippery slope to be like, don't you see the cheese? Exactly. It doesn't matter if you see it or not. The lid is literally clear. How did you not see that? LOL. There's something wrong with people. I'm sorry. It's their second day open. My fiance has severe allergies. So even if something has ingredients listed, we still always ask and investigate. Like, please, you can see the cheese. Chili always has cheese. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay. Meadow Lane is awful. Hated it. You can see the cheese. Yeah. As someone who can't eat cheese and doesn't see it on the label, I'd literally assume it was fake or vegan cheese and still eat it because why wouldn't dairy be on the label? Exactly. Clearly, this girl did absolutely nothing wrong, and yet people still find a way to try to blame it on her. It's crazy.
Following my video from yesterday, I was invited back to Meadow Lane by the owner, Sammy, today.
So then we had another follow-up video, which was very strange. It feels like she's reading off of something very odd.
He was super apologetic and he explained that there was no excuse. There was a mix-up because there is a version of the turkey chili that's hot and then there's one that's cold and they both had the same label. He is working with a food allergy specialist to make sure that the hot one is labeled with the allergen of milk in it. He refunded my order and he let me pick out a few items, so I did get to pick up the cold version of the turkey chili, which is dairy-free. I can't wait to enjoy it, and thank you so much.
Bizarro. Very, 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 very strange. A lot of people I feel were very disoriented by this video again, because it's like, what is going on behind the scenes of Meadow Lane? Was this a hostage video? Somebody said, LMAO, you're so right, it looks like it. But no, he didn't even ask me to do a follow-up. Okay. This feels like a lawyer was involved. LOL. Thanks, man. Then it's a picture of the raw chicken nuggets. Wow, everyone re-releasing statements now. How much is everyone getting paid to post about Meadow? Somebody said. As someone who works for a caterer, there's no room at all for allergy mix-ups and labeling. Completely not okay, even if it's their first day. Yeah, guys, there's no excuse. Even if it's like, give them a break, it's their first week. No. No. Okay, and by the way, this is a grocery store. You're here to be a grocery store. You're not here to be a merch shop. You're not here to be, you know, a modeling agency. You're not here to hang out and bump around to music. Like, it's a grocery store. Okay, do what you are there to do and do it well, especially if you're going to charge people up the ass. Okay. Bestie, did they threaten you? Man, he must be paying y'all good for these videos for giving him. Of course he would fix it. This is his passion. Okay? At the end of the day, what else is he going to do? I'm glad that he resolved it, but it definitely comes across as very strange.
Genuine question to the girl that says that she has an airborne allergy to cheese, and then she makes an entire video bashing Meadow Lane because they accidentally forgot to label that there was cheese in the chili.
Where was the video of her bashing Meadow Lane? Do I think that her follow-up video was very strange? Okay. I do, but where was she bashing Meadow Lane in that original video? She was saying that they mislabeled it. By the way, I'm glad that she made that video to alert everybody else that they need to check their labels.
Even though that you could see that there was a clear lid and you could clearly see that there's cheese, why did you make a video holding the chili with an open container and that you can breathe in the air? Didn't you just say that you had an airborne allergy to cheese?
Whoa, hold on a minute. This girl's so pissed. Hey, relax. He even had to invite her back and apologize, so even he agrees it shouldn't have happened. Yet here you are, mad that this girl made the video in the first place.
Also, this is the first time that I've ever heard of an airborne allergy to cheese. So then, again, why do you have the lid open and you're making an entire video for TikTok and you're breathing in that air?
Oh, this is the first time you ever heard of it? It must mean that it doesn't exist. Girl. Excuse me? Yes, people have airborne allergies to dairy, to milk. Yes, they do. Okay, it exists. Believe it or not. Why are people dieting for Meadow Lane so hard? Why so much anger? I think I could ask you the same questions. Why are you making this video? Everyone acting like this isn't a big deal. It is. The clear lid most likely had condensation, making it hard to see through, which she had explained. It is illegal to not disclose an allergen. You know why? Because so many people have died that actually made it a law. He is having a specialist come in and assist with the allergen products, which is amazing. She did it for others and letting them know what happened exactly. By the way, you could even hear her congestion. She was having a physical reaction. You could hear it in the video, in the way she was talking and she was sniffling. Why are you even calling in a question? It's so strange. You don't even know this person. You don't know this person. You're not her doctor. Sorry, who died and made you the head of the FDA? It's just crazy. Also, she clearly had opened the lid and saw it, and since it was already open, she most likely made the video. Guys, how about this? It's a hot chili, okay? Clear lid that's condensated. You open it up, the steam comes out. That's exactly how the airborne allergy works. It's not illegal. Please educate yourself before saying it's illegal. It's a violation, not illegal. Tomato, girl. What the hell is going on? A violation of the health code is against the law. Thank you. Why are y'all so rowdy to die for Meadow Lane? I don't know. Why are people so dead set on victim blaming? She was clearly having a mild reaction in the video and she acknowledged she shouldn't be touching it. Properly labeling food is important. Exactly. Whether she's allergic or not is not the problem, LOL. The food was labeled incorrectly. That's illegal, LOL. The issue is not who's allergic to what or if the allergy for her is real, question mark. The ingredients were not labeled, which can lead to a lawsuit. It's not illegal with hot food items at NYC. If it's illegal, why isn't the business shut down? They don't shut down a business because of an incorrectly labeled something, but it could lead to legal implications. What is wrong with these people? Accidentally forgot to label. The labeling is important. It's illegal to not properly label your pre-made food items. Exactly. I never heard of airborne allergy to cheese. Doesn't mean it's not real. She said it's literally not a thing. Do one search, and it will tell you that it's real. They don't make mistakes like that. It's such a crazy price point. Exactly. Are we all forgetting that the turkey chili was like way too much? Well, guys, unfortunately, this isn't the end of the Meadow Lane bootlickers. And it leads me to question, what exactly is the incentive for riding this hard for Meadow Lane?
We should be giving businesses the opportunity to fix their mistakes before we put them on blast. I'm more so talking about Meadow Lane and an experience that I had today. A lot of people are showing like raw chicken nuggets, dairy in in something that was supposed to be non-dairy.
Very bad.
And I am not
Very
saying
bad.
that those are not big mistakes, because those are big mistakes.
Huge. Big mistake. Huge.
For someone who has a severe allergy or salmonella, like, those are big mistakes. I'm not discounting that. However, I think we should be giving brands, especially new brands, new businesses, the opportunity to right their wrongs privately.
Whoa. No, absolutely not. No. This idea is so convoluted, so crazy. She essentially wants to hide and censor the negative reviews, so long as it's a brand new business. No. Those reviews of the raw chicken and those videos of the, hey, just be careful about the allergies and the allergen labels, those are things that are actually very important and very helpful to other people that potentially shop there. So censoring those things is actually a very bad idea. Oh, they need to be able to sort this out privately. No, a grocery store, especially a gourmet one, should actually be held to a higher standard.
Meadow Lane is making mistakes that are not personal. They're process.
They shouldn't make them.
They're
Period.
a new business. They're gonna have big mistakes.
They can't. You cannot have these types of mistakes. You can't. These mistakes cannot happen because they can lead to people getting sick. They could lead to people having life-threatening allergic reactions. This is not just small potatoes here, people. It's big stuff. And letting that just sort of float on by as, oh, everyone makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. No.
And I think they're handling them very well. What do you think? Should we be using these like very catchy, very viral, opportune mishaps as content, or should we be giving brands a little more grace?
Should we be giving brands more grace? I'm at a loss for words. He comments and says, I've had my fair share of scary food experiences from McDonald's to fine dining. I've never put a company on blast. I usually reach out privately, just let them know, but everyone is entitled to handle it their way. And what happened was awful and inexcusable. I appreciate your take and fully agree. And I also take full responsibility here. And I'm using it to better my team and business so this never happens again. Wishing Meadow Lane the best of luck. Oh my God. Of course he agrees. Of course he agrees with, let's privately handle this. The nonsense has to stop. We have to cut the bullshit, please. Grace is for people, not companies. Exactly. She says, big biz, I agree. Small biz are people. No! A luxury grocery store in TriBeCa by the Nepo baby of a billionaire family is not a small business. I'm sorry. I think everyone deserves access to food and that billionaires shouldn't exist. Retweet. Maybe a small family business where the owner relies on it for their livelihood, but a billionaire who won't be affected whatsoever if it fails, yeah, no. Meadow Lane is not a small business. It is funded by the owner's billionaire parents, LOL. You're not wrong, but they built their billions starting out as a small personal care and beauty biz. Irrelevant multiple billions later. Stop simping billionaires. Thank you, Patty. Exactly. Like, this is getting embarrassing. These mistakes could send you to the hospital. They should not be given grace. She said, you're welcome to that opinion. I don't disagree. They are big mistakes being shared. I just don't know if I'm on board with the issues needing public versus private handling. Once again, anyone that's advocating to censor real and honest reviews is a bad faith actor. That's my opinion. Okay, that's my personal opinion. That's wrong. People are starving. Sorry if I'm not giving grace to a $25 raw nuggets. Also, it's not a small company. The owner is a venture capitalist. Maybe stop supporting these places. Nothing will change. Exactly. He did go on and address the situation and apologize.
Talking with my culinary team and making sure that these mistakes never happen again, because they're absolutely unacceptable. And I, as the business owner, take full responsibility and accountability for these unpleasant experiences. This is not the standard I set myself to, my store to, my team to at all. A mistake was made and it has been fixed and it will not happen again.
It can't happen again. Let's just put it that way.
And I found out, I reached out to them directly in DMs mostly, took care of the situation as best as I knew how. And they were all super nice and very supportive and understanding, and I'm very grateful for that. We kind of like forensically backtracked what had happened, and I can tell you that that has been handled. And I'm so incredibly sorry that that happened.
So to his credit, that's really all he can do is just address it and, make sure it never happens again. But unfortunately, the hits just kept coming, okay? And someone posted this video, apparently taken before the store actually opened, many months before it actually opened. Apparently, there were mice and rats in Meadow Lane. Yikes. So Brokeback Contessa comments, this video is from June when we were still an active construction site. We were aware of it immediately and our pest control specialized neutralized the situation. Why do you guys want his business to fail so bad? Not understanding it. So it definitely seems like there's people that are not happy about Meadow Lane opening, kind of coming after Meadow Lane. That's the chef. Who do you think makes the food? You know, maybe a nod to Ratatouille. He also wishes the chicken salad was more expensive. I don't know, man, maybe leaving baskets of open and uncovered bread in active construction sites wasn't a great idea. Yeah, you know, it's just odd. And, you know, people started to question like, well, a lot of the food is like displayed near the floor. It's kind of on the ground. It leaves you like, ugh, things just keep happening. Okay. Controversies just keep happening. And the same person captioned it at Anna Delvey getting pre-opening tour of Meadow Lane. This place is so cringe. So obviously it's someone that doesn't like Meadow Lane. And they especially don't like that he worked with Anna Delvey to, you know, promote the opening of Meadow Lane. But they're basically saying that's Anna Delvey running around. Running around Meadow Lane. It's kind of funny. Just so everyone's aware, every single place that has any sort of food has rats, especially in New York. Hope that helps. Not trying to justify them, just letting you know. It's just causing more division, you know. And for some people that don't like Meadow Lane and are already against it, this was even more evidence that like you should never shop there. Again, he has to come on to TikTok and address the rats in the store.
And I'm back again. So someone took a video that was filmed in July when we were still under construction. We didn't have gas authorization. We couldn't cook anything. We were getting ready to stage for our photo shoot and contractors were still doing work everywhere. So someone reached out to me in July and sent a video of a mouse, a single mouse. And they said, hey, just so you know, I'll post it here. Hey, like I saw a mouse. And I was like, thank you so much for telling me. And we contacted an exterminator. We didn't contract the exterminator because we weren't opening anytime soon and we were still a construction site, and typically construction sites in New York City do have that, but we hadn't seen any yet. So we hired one immediately and they started service on a regular basis.
You know, look, again, it's sort of a strange explanation, but it's like, of course, New York City has mice, has rats everywhere. You know, I don't know why this wasn't like day one type of thing. We got to figure this out, like, especially around food. Okay. It's very important. Like, there's some things that it's like, it seems obvious, but they weren't addressed until later than they should have been. So it seems.
I don't know who posted this video of the mouse, but they are clearly out to get me. They're trying to make it seem like we have mice and we do not. And I can get our contract with the exterminator and show you that we get regular treatments in the store.
There's all sorts of drama. It's circulating, it's spreading. Then on the other side of TikTok, you have the influencers who are ready and willing to do big, huge, expensive grocery hauls from Meadow Lane for their TikTok followers. It's become sort of a trendy thing to go to Meadow Lane, similar to when people go to Erewhon and they do, here's what $100 got me at Erewhon. People are doing the same at Meadow Lane.
What $130 gets you at the newly opened Meadow Lane?
And there's barely any food here. It's wild. I think this is the same girl that had the raw nuggets. So $130. She got the Driscoll's blueberries. She got the world's tiniest lasagna. It looks like a salad or something. Just barely anything, really.
We're gonna do a little taste test. Here's the chicken salad. Minced, which I like. Ooh, I like this a lot. Very different and very good.
Very different. Please elaborate. You know, usually when people say, oh, that's very different about food, not great.
Now for the egg salad. It's made with sour cream, and it looks very creamy. It looks like the cream is creamy.
Crunch.
Oh, I like that. We got the lasagna. This was $26, so let's see if it's worth that.
$26 for a 4x6 pan. Hello?
And then we just got some berries, huge size.
I mean, we're trying Driscoll's berries as if they're, you know, from an exotic island. Guys, they're Driscoll's. You've tasted Driscoll berries before, I can assure you. 250 gluten-free Meadow Lane haul.
Gluten-free Meadow Lane haul, let's get into it. Wondering if I'm gonna like the nuggets or the tenders better. That crunch. Tenders are like colder, nuggets are warmer. Yuzu kale chips. By the way, everything's labeled. So crispy.
Everything's labeled, but not always correctly.
Caesar salad, no croutons, we got this instead. Everything's so special, it's interesting that they have it on the menu. It's a good Caesar, it does the job. Really good. Loved watching him R&D a lot of gluten-free. Also had a ton of gluten-free products for sale. Nightmare needs a little work, and the Japanese sweet potato and Caesar salad are like skippable. Everything else,
Some of you guys would actually buy and drink a poop smoothie and then come on here and be like, guys, this $37 poop smoothie in New York City is the best that I've ever had. Like, I don't understand what worm that you guys have like ingrained into your brain that you're standing 2 hours for I'm actually gonna get pissed off.
It's an epidemic at this point. You know, it's hard to wade through what the truth is when you have so many influencers with platforms who are just saying that it's the greatest thing they've ever tried. And then when a real review does sneak through, suddenly they've changed their mind the very next day and, you know, rescinded that and said, wait a minute, never mind, Meadow Lane's the greatest thing in the world. Okay, so it's very hard to get like a clear picture. You know, it definitely is coming across that a lot of people online, at least, and a lot of online personalities are being like overly complimentary towards Meadow Lane. Okay, but there's another group of people where I feel like they're in a full-blown Meadow Lane psychosis. Let's hear from those people.
How do you build a cult following brand before you even launch? The secret is everyone wants to root for the underdog, and Meadow Lane, this new premium grocery store in New York City, is nailing this strategy. We have to talk about it.
We have to root for the underdog. Nepo baby to billionaire family, Sammy Nussdorf. We have to root for the underdog. This is an underdog story. Guys, this is a classic Cinderella story where he was rags to riches. No, guys, he was just riches to riches, okay? He's getting richer because you people are fools. You're spending your retirement money on Driscoll berries for $14 a pack. Stop it. This is not an underdog story. No.
Starting a business is hard, and Sammy has had some struggles, but all this does is make us root for him.
Struggles.
We all want him to win because not only do we want to see the underdog win, we want to see his vision come to life.
Oh, the underdog, please. What are we talking about?
The whole Meadow Lane thing has me so fascinated. First of all, I hope this guy is super successful. Like, he's bringing jobs to the city. I think it's great.
Jobs to the city. Modeling jobs, perhaps, for his bouncers. That's it.
And I find it wild that people don't want this guy to succeed because he's wealthy. And I see it even on other people's posts. Like if they're posting like a new bag that they got, that's nice. People are like, read the room, look at the economy right now. And what people need to realize is that it's nobody else's problem that you're suffering.
Yeah, you're right. People are suffering, and they're suffering because places like this are coming into cities and pricing people out of being able to afford basic necessities and food, okay? That's what they're doing. It should be everybody's concern that this is happening all across the country and our world. It's causing people to suffer needlessly. Why? Why should we celebrate people who are making regular food items more expensive and more exclusive? Why?
I actually learned this the hard way. I got sick 10 years ago, and initially it was really hard for me to be around other people that were happy and having fun because I was in like so much pain, and it was like I wanted to let everybody know how much pain I was in, and ultimately that burdened a lot of people.
It's just one horrible take after the next. If you're sick and people feel burdened by that, you need to get new people in your life. Those are not good people. Trust me, if someone in my life is sick, that's not a burden to me, but that is a concern of mine. This is not a normal, healthy take to be having right now. Okay, and I have no idea what this has to do with Meadow Lane.
And what I learned through the years that nobody was going to save me but myself. And I had to get to the lowest of lows, of like really in hell, to get out the other side.
Where are we going with this? This is crazy.
And I found my faith, and I found the solutions, and I'm really healing, and I'm actually thankful that I went through that hell. But what I had to do was kind of take myself out of victimhood. And the same applies here. Like, there's always going to be super rich people. There's always going to be people that have more than you. Let them live. Let them enjoy their money that they've worked hard for. And instead of wanting them to be burdened because you're burdened, focus on why you're burdened.
Oh, wow. How about most people are burdened because of billionaires? Yeah, actually, they're the reason why a lot of people suffer. There's no ethical way to be a billionaire. A lot of people have so much money that it's actually unethical. It's evil. The only way you can get that much money is by exploiting other people and exploiting resources. That is the only way. It is by stepping on other people, pushing them down, and pulling the ladder up behind you. So you want people to look within about why they're burdened? I can tell you, it's very evident the source of their suffering. How strange and out of touch of you to say something like this. Oh, just let wealthy people be happy. They worked for it. No, they did not work hard for it. Other people worked hard for their money, and then they took it from those people. Shame on you.
Focus on getting yourself out of that situation that you're in. And yes, you can get out of that situation.
As long as the billionaires have something to do with it, there's no pull yourself up by the bootstraps method. Okay, enough. Stop it. This is crazy. I'm telling you, psychosis. Meadow Lane induced psychosis. Here's another one.
Advice for the customers. First of all, no business starts fully formed and developed, and I'm talking about Meadow Lane. To wait in line and slam the food, and especially the girl with the cheese. Come on, the guy just opened up. I'm judging you. I'm judging you more than I'm judging him.
She's talking about the girl who was the victim of a mislabeled food item that contained one of the major food allergens, one of which she was highly allergic to. And she's saying, no, I'm actually judging you for making that video. How dare you? Wagging the finger. What's going on?
This man, at least a month, he's never done this before. During the first 60 days, and it's not a great experience, don't post. Go back again in 6 months and compare experiences.
If you get a raw chicken nugget, wait 6 months, go back again, give them more of your money, give them more of your money. Just keep going until you don't have a raw nugget anymore. Keep going until you don't have any more allergic reactions, okay? After your 6-month-long hospital stay, go back. Try it again, because we need to be giving these companies, these corporations grace, okay? Stop. Enough, people. We have to stop. This is craziness. This is actually craziness.
Okay? What you guys are doing, you're just being assholes.
I want to talk about why, from a branding perspective, he should raise the pricing at least by a few dollars. I know people aren't going to like this video, but this is what I would genuinely suggest as a brand strategist.
Now we've got people making videos who are brand strategists about why Meadow Lane should raise the prices. Girl, they can't go much higher. I'm sorry. You know, this $34 sourdough bread, they should be selling this for more. You know what? They should be selling this for more. No one's thinking that. Okay, you're the only one. I'm very sorry. This is craziness. Well, anyway, guys, that is the dramatic saga that has been Meadow Lane. It's certainly come with a lot of drama and controversy. And I'm just gonna repeat what I said at the beginning of the video, which is the last thing, in my opinion, that this world needs, especially in this economy, is an expensive grocery store that further prices people out of basic necessities like food. I don't think that it's right. And in my opinion, it takes up valuable space that could go to somewhere that maybe would make it more accessible to people, would maybe make it more affordable to people. And that's not what it's doing. So anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did like this type of video, and subscribe if you're not already, if you want to see more videos just like this one. Many more to come. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.